Thank you. What's up, YouTube? We are doing one, possibly last, YouTube before I attempt to go back to California. It's not looking so hot because my car broke down. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. So I spent the first, I want to say like 4 months. Like I would sit on this couch and enjoy the window, like look out the window. So I really realized and learned how to appreciate my space is the point. So I really did not date. I wasn't on dating apps. I wasn't talking to anyone. Like there was radio silence. But I would go to the dog park. Just like a movie, like where do you end up meeting someone? At the dog park. So I'm at the dog park one day and I see this guy and I'm like, oh, he's definitely trouble. This adorable female black lab runs up to me. She's so freaking cute. Her and Royce are getting along like two peas in a pod. Whose dog? Of course. She is Dog Park Boys. So, of course, he comes, sits next to me. He's super eclectic. He's like very Seattle. So again, I'm like, this is trouble. So the next day, he brings me coffee to the dog park. He invites me over to his art studio for our dogs to play. And I'm like really opposed to the idea of dating at all at this point. But my dog had been such a pill and driving me off the wall. So I was like, they get along. I'm floored. Let's do it. So we hang out. The dogs have a play date. Not really considering that like a date. But the dogs did really well. Royce was really tired. We go home. He asks me on like a date. And I was just like, okay, let's do it. So he comes over, he's like super prepared. He had like gloves for me in case I was cold. Anyways, so we go to this art show. Before the art show, he takes me to this little speakeasy in like a hotel restaurant where like a bookcase opens and like this was a cool date. This was like top-notch date. So when we first get there, we go and he orders the champagne. I'm like, sure, whatever. Like, you're calling the shots here. You chose the place. You're doing a great job. We sit down and he just started being really like,
no, don't say that. Why are you like?
Very bossy and just very like cutting me off and like some weird verbiage stuff where red flags were just whoosh, like flashing. It was just a lot of talking, a lot of pushing, very minimal listening. Like he wasn't carrying a conversation. It was very talking at me to the extent where I actually shut up and I just sat there and was like, But I was already on this date and decided to enjoy it, go with the flow, yada yada. Some would maybe say, well, why don't you just leave right away? But like, I was out. I'm not gonna like leave mid-date. Like, who knows? Then the bill comes and he's like, you got this? It's like, no, I do not got this. I'm all for paying for men, but don't tell me where we're going, what we're getting. Order it and then tell me to pay. Like, if I'm treating you, I get to treat you. We go on from there to the art show. The art show is lovely. The art show, I'm like, okay. Like, everyone is like, oh, you're with him. He's so sweet. We love him. Like, lots of points for him at the art show. So then we're like having a little fun, loosening it up a little more. And then we go to dive bar by the gum wall in Seattle. This guy tries to hit on me and he just ripped him a new one. Was like, yeah, no, you're not gonna talk to her like that. You're not gonna look at her. Excuse me, blah, blah, blah. Just right to the jugular. So I was like, respect. Then we went from there to a little Chinese place that was open till like 3 in the morning. It's a fully functioning staff. And we go and get like Chinese food. A fully functioning meal at like, after all these bars and shenanigans. So we get back to my place. It felt a little like, I'm just gonna park at your place and then be stuck at your place. There was a little bit of that. Once I was in my space, those red flags came flashing back. And he was very much like, I wanna be your boyfriend. He was the one that was like, you need a boyfriend so you can have someone help you put on the duvet. And I'm like, no. I automatically, gut instinct, kicked in and was like, nope. And so we had a nice little first date, but then never again. I had become very, very aware of my senses, of red flags, of what to look out for, and learned how to respond. If you see something also in your own relationship or potential relationship, or see someone like moving a certain way, almost disrespecting you, like put your foot down and don't lead them on, and walk away while you're ahead. Subscribe, like below, and get ready for more date stories.